Hello everyone. Sorry, I've been neglecting this channel a bit. Let me get out of the sun. I cannot see a thing. Let me hide behind the van. Yeah, sorry, I've been neglecting this channel a bit. I've been super busy. Yeah, tech video today. I get a lot of questions, especially I've just recently uploaded a video that features some roof cleaning in it, and a lot of people wondering about how I'm managing to pressure wash a roof through a long window cleaning pole basically. So I'll show you how I set that up today. I've just basically, because I've got the two setups now, I've just had to buy basically new of everything to share the gear between the vans. So I will show you with brand new equipment exactly how to set one of these waterfed poles up to be able to pressure wash a roof from a great distance. So let me show you. So here is a brand new Phantom Carbon 50 from Window Cleaning Warehouse. I went for the 50. My other one was a 45. I went for a 50 on this one because I found myself coming a little bit short on some of the bigger jobs. This is very expensive, coming in at around £950 for a pole of this size. So yeah, not cheap guys, and it is going to get battered around on a roof, but the lightness of this and how sturdy it is, I honestly do think it's worth it. Otherwise I wouldn't have two. I mean, this is the second one I've bought. So if I remember correctly, this is everything you're going to need. So obviously the pole, the pole hose. So this is a high pressure pole hose, but it's a lot thinner than typical high pressure hose, which means it can go through the pole obviously. The fittings will all come with that, everything ready to go if you buy a pole conversion kit. So you can get them from PWS, Pressure Washers Stafford, that's where I've got mine from. There's various other companies you can choose from. Some sort of trigger system. I use a foot pedal, which you can see there. You can use a trigger on the pole itself. I don't have one in this van, but I'll pop up a picture on screen of what those look like. You basically just clamp it to the pole instead, but I prefer using the on-off switch with my feet. And then finally, you're going to want whatever nozzles that you're going to use, a turbo nozzle, flat surface cleaner, preferably both, because you'll need some for one job and the other one for a different job, for example. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take this top section, so the very end section of the pole, you want to take this completely out of the pole because the hose is not big enough to fit through this one. So if you buy a 50-foot pole, this extension is probably about 6 feet long, so you're going to be losing 6 feet already. I take it back, that's more like 7.5 feet, it's massive. And then what you want to be doing is taking off this rubber thing on the bottom, so you're going to be able to slide your section through. Now I might have to remove this, I'm not too sure. On my other pole I did. There's basically a plastic cap here. Now I couldn't fit anything through it, but I think I might be able to fit it through on this one, so I can keep that on. Right, that fitting wasn't fitting through there, so it's basically stuck on the end extension, like I say with that cap. It's getting stuck on the bottom of that, so I'm going to take this next section out, remove the cap from the bottom, slide it back in, and then it should fit through. So this little thing here, that's what's stopping it. So if I could, I should be able to just pop this off. Now, what we want to do is we want to take the end of the hose and thread that through the top. I've got Q spigot fittings on here, which will show you how that connects up to my system in a minute. But yeah, this one should fit nicely through the top. Right then, so then finally, when you've bloody got the whole thing through, you'll be left with this at the end, and it should be simple as this. Pop that in, turn it whichever way you want. Let me straighten these up to avoid the OCD. And then clamp. I might need to tighten these. When these poles are new, you should might need to tighten them up a little bit because they're very loose. Get it really nice and tight, because you don't want it swiveling around when you're up there on the roof. It's just annoying. That's not going anywhere now. This thing swivels up and down also. You might want to tighten this when you get it as well, because it will be very loose. Same again, you might probably want to tighten all of these up because it's just going to move. But I'll do that at the start of the job. Actually, that one's pretty tight already, nice. And that's practically it, guys. You just get your nozzle of choice in the end. Quick connects on the thing, so any quick connect turbo will fit in. Happy days, your pressure washing. Quick connect. Mosmatic surface cleaner as well, or the Turbo Devil, or any of the range that you see fit. In we go, happy days. Your cleaner roof. I'll show you how these fittings connect to my setup now as well. Right then, so that's the top of the pole sorted. Now we've just got to figure out this. So where does this go? So this will connect into the top of the foot pedal. That fitting on the top there. So what I've got put on here now, obviously my typical setup has got these Q spigot fittings on the trigger. Now we don't want that, we don't want to be connecting the trigger up to that because that would be two triggers. So I've had these quick releases, these big quick releases put on my hose, which will fit into the foot pedal. So we'll take that off, unravel a little bit of hose. Voila, we're in. So I'll whack a turbo nozzle on now and I'll fire it up so you can see how it works. Right then, so happy days. Hopefully that was a quick, short, nice and easy video. Sorry, I hope I didn't drag that out too much. It's very simple though, so all you need is a pole conversion kit, your own pressure washing hose already set up with whatever connections you want to fit onto it. So that's the thing, those are the fittings I use. You might have different fittings for your machine, so you can spec your trigger system, whether it's your foot pedal, or if you want the trigger on the pole, all of those fittings that go into those connections, you can spec them however you want. So when you're ordering the part, just say, right, I want these connections for it, for example. If you want the same as mine, it's a quick release fitting from the hose to the pedal, and then it's a Q spigot fitting from the pedal to the pole hose, which goes up the pole. And then on the top of the pole, I've got mini quick releases, and those are just for easy switching between turbo nozzles, surface cleaners, just so I don't have to turn off the machine and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it. So it's very simple. A pole conversion kit will probably set you back about £250 ish. I think it's around that. Obviously the pole, depending on what you use. So I'll go through my roof clean setup, not including the machine. So the pole is about £950. The pole conversion kit, so that's just the hose basically and the fitting on the top and the elbow fitting that runs through, that is about, I think it's £200, let's say. Then we've got the foot pedal, which is about 350 something pounds, I think, maybe £300, might be 250, I'm not sure, I'll have to double check. I'll put the prices on screen anyway. The flat surface cleaner Mossmatic head, I think that's £350. Turbo nozzles are about £25 a piece. I have two of them all times just in case. And I think that's it, isn't it? I don't think there's anything else. So yeah, it's not cheap. You can do it cheaper, but again, you got to remember, guys, when you're going to be working at height, some of the roofs you get are going to be so difficult, which is why I'd recommend a longer pole as well, because it can be so difficult to reach them. Say if you're used to scraping a roof, I was saying this to Lee from Multiple Window Cleaners yesterday, you can rest the pole on the roof, you know, so you're not, at any point you're not taking any much weight from it. You can overreach a lot further as well, because you can just rest it on the roof, have a quick break and then go. With this, you've got to remember, especially if you're using the turbo nozzle, that pole's going to be hovering above the roof. Now the pressure keeps the nozzle off the roof anyway, so just the pure water pressure will keep it up. So sometimes when it's fully out there, it's fine, you're not really feeling it, but it's maneuvering it, and as soon as you start going a little bit sideways, it gets heavy. You want to be able to have the pole long enough so you've got a really good grip on it, two hands on it, and then you can blast large portions of a roof from one standing position, which is the aim of the game. You know, pressure washing a roof should be straightforward and not easy to do, but relatively simple to do with as few scaffolding movements as possible, because you don't need weird angles, you don't need to turn a blade 75 degrees to hit a certain angle of a tile. You can just blast it. So yeah, make it easier on yourself, invest into a longer pole. I'd say at least 40 feet, a decent trigger system. I mean, a lot of guys I know use the trigger system on the pole, I just choose not to. Anyway, I prefer the pedal, put it that way. I feel like I've got a lot more stability with it. But yeah, hope that helps, hope that's been informative for anyone wondering. I'm sweating, it's hot today. But yeah, nice one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.